I'm excited to show you a card that I demonstrated recently at our local county fair. It's a simple card, but it's a wow card. And you can embellish it and step it up as much as you like, or you can keep it the way it is and it's still going to be lovely, and whoever you give it to is going to be amazed and delighted. So this is a fantastic layout to use no matter what stamp set you're using, no matter what the occasion. So this is a piece of 8.5 by 11 cardstock, cut in half down at 5.5. So you actually get 2 cards out of one, and it becomes a 4.25 by 5.5 card. The matting that's going to go on the inside, this piece of Cajun Craze is cut at 4.25 by 2.75, and the Whisper White cardstock that fits inside of there perfectly, leaves about 1/4 inch all around. This is cut at 4 by 2.5. So I'm going to use our wood grain stamp. Now this is as big as our stamps come. This is our background stamps, and they're pretty big, but they're easy to use. And I am going to grab my chocolate chip ink pad and ink that all over. I'm going to put my cardstock on front, so you kind of have to think as it opens, you want the front to go down, face down. Put it down. What I like to do is I grab a piece of computer scrap paper and just rub it. And then you get a nice even coverage. Excellent. Next, we're going to use one of my favorite stamp sets, and being the fall fair and it being autumn, I wanted to use the Gently Falling stamp set. This is a 2-step stamp set, and if you're not familiar with 2 steps, it's really cool. Basically, you need 2 stamps to make the one image. You could use them individually, but together they're stunning. So when you stamp the solid image into your ink, that's basically doing your coloring for you, and then you would stamp the detail on top. So all of these have a partner. Cool, hey? Love it. The hardest part is picking which leaf do you want to use, because they're all gorgeous. So I'm going to use the maple leaf, and I'm going to show you an easy way to add lots of color to the maple leaves. And living here on the East Coast, I'll tell you, the foliage this time of year is absolutely stunning. Right, so I've covered the entire image in Daffodil Delight. Next, I'm going to use our markers. And I'm going to use the bold tips, because there's a bold tip and a fine tip. So this marker is Old Olive, Cajun Craze, Chocolate Chip, Pumpkin Pie, and Real Red. And all I'm going to do is I'm just going to scribble on some color. Just randomly. This is one of those great projects because you can do it in a hurry. You don't have to be precise. If you're having a few martinis, it's still going to come out beautiful. Hee hee. Alright, and now my chocolate chip. I'm going to do the stem. Now you can also do something that I call the thumping technique, and it's like holding your marker like a drumstick and going up and down. Alright. Now, the fancy pantsy technique that we're going to do next is called the huffing technique. And I'm going to huff on this stamp, because if any of that ink has dried, the moisture from my breath is going to remoisten that ink. So I've huffed it. And this is always the exciting part. Oh my gosh. Isn't that beautiful? I'm going to huff it again, because I can probably get a few more stamps out of it. Isn't that gorgeous? Next, I'm going to take my chocolate chip ink pad again, and now I'm going to ink up the detail. So you could eyeball this and just go directly on top of your stamp, but if you want it precise, you're going to take our handy dandy Stamp-a-ma-jig. Now when you buy the Stamp-a-ma-jig, you get your plastic sheets with your handle, and all you do is you tuck that plastic corner into the corner of your handle, ink up your stamp, and you're going to line up this corner inside. Just like that. Okay? Ink it up again. Grab your gorgeous maple leaf. Position this right on top. Put down your handle so that the corner's back into that handle, and line up your stamp. Oh my goodness. I love it. All right, we're going to do the same thing. Maple leaves, all kinds of leaves. I just love them. I get that from my mom. She loves leaves. It's just something about fall. It's so wonderful. Isn't that gorgeous? All right, now we need to add a sentiment. So the set that I'm going to be demonstrating with next is called Petite Pears, and this is a wonderful set because there's all kinds of great expressions in here that you can use both on the outside and the inside of your card, or you can put them both on the outside of your card, and they match. So for instance, you would have a Merry Christmas and a Happy Joyful Bright New Year. So this can go on the front or the inside of your card for your first. So they've got baby and birthday and wedding and get well and thanks, all kinds of great expressions. And I'm going to use the happy birthday wishes. I'm going to stamp it in the crumb cake. And now I'm just going to stick this onto my cardstock, and I'm using our snail adhesive, quick, easy to use double-sided tape, and I'm going to put that onto my card. So there is a very quick, very fast card. So, using the same layout, let's make one more. This time, we're using pistachio pudding, gumball green, and again the whisper white. Now this card is going to be a Christmas card. So I'm using one of our clear stamp sets, and this is called Ornament Keepsakes. And I'm going to use this stamp right here. Our clear stamps rock. I love them. I've got a template on here that you can buy separately from Stampin' Up. And what I'm doing is I am putting on some waterless hand sanitizer just to clean that block. If you use clear stamps and they fall off your block, it's simply because your block is dirty, has too many oils from your fingertips or just dirt or residue from stamping on it, and that makes your clear stamps fall off. But when you rub them with the waterless hand sanitizer, which I just get from the dollar store, and I'm cleaning off with a paper towel, I promise you, your clear stamps will not fall off. I used to be a little bit nervous demonstrating with my clear stamps because they would fall off, but now that I've been doing this, I can stamp with total confidence it's going to stay on. So that's a fantastic tip I wanted to share with you. So now I'm just pushing my clear block onto the stamp. I'm going to ink it up with my pistachio pudding. And I'm going to take my gumball green marker and just add some color. Push down nice and firm. If you let it just kind of stay on your paper for just a couple extra seconds, that ink really sinks into the cardstock. See, now I have my two tones. Alright, I'm going to take some of our early espresso baker's twine, snip a little bit of that off. I'm going to turn that into a bow. Okay, next I'm going to take my glue dots, grab another tiny little piece of baker's twine, and I'm going to grab a glue dot and I'm going to stick it right there, top of the ornament. Lay that down, flip it over, just have a piece of Scotch tape, make sure it's center. That can hold it down. And I'm going to take another glue dot, and that's going to hold my bow. Using the petite pears again, I'm going to grab the Merry Christmas. I'm going to use our Really Espresso on the top, just like that. Oh, I love that stamp. We're almost finished. We're going to build our card now. Take one of our giant pearls and just put that right in the center. So there's your quick, really easy, really simple Christmas card. This is the one we did earlier with the gently falling. Using the same card measurements and layout, I've made 2 cards earlier today. This one is for my BFF, so that's going to go in the mail to her. Yippee Skippy and You Kick Booty. And then this one, same layout, I've just stamped the background with French foliage, and I've used Everything Eleanor for the inside with the Really Good Greetings right there. This was the Yippee Skippy stamp set, and this You Kick Booty was a stamp that came in one of our Paper Pumpkin kits. So if you haven't seen Paper Pumpkin, check out my blog, all the information's there. And I've really enjoyed doing these cards, and I think you will too. So give it a try, have fun, and happy stamping!